Good Sunday morning. We're talking to Congressman Chuck Fleischmann. We have one more block, another chance to talk to him, and Susan Richardson-Williams is going to pick up the thread. Susan?
Yeah, Congressman, you mentioned the midterm elections and the hope that the Republican Party takes control of the House in November. If that happens, are you going to support Kevin McCarthy for Speaker? I know there's been some talk amongst Republicans that maybe he hasn't been strong enough leader for what's been happening in the House. Where are you on that? And do you think he will be reelected, or elected Speaker, assuming we have a majority?
Right now, Susan, it's a fair question. Kevin and I have always gotten along very well. He is the only candidate for that position, only announced candidate. So if the election were to be held today, the answer obviously would be yes. President Trump asked me that question about a month or so ago. So there are no other announced candidates, and there may not even be a challenge in that regard. So it'll be interesting to see what our leadership looks like. I always try to focus on myself. I will be a subcommittee chairperson on appropriations. That will help the whole state. And as you know, I work to help communities all across our state with appropriations. I work with Republican mayors, Democratic mayors, and work to try to help our citizens across the great state of Tennessee. I will be in a very key role, actually a unique role, because we have not had in recent times a subcommittee chairman, as we call Cardinal, elected in Tennessee. So I'll be in a good spot. Will that be on energy and water? Who knows? Will it be on labor, education, health and human services, or homeland security? I don't know where, but I will land well.
And Don, you get probably last question. Go for it.
Sure. And I'm just going to phrase this or ask this as a yes or no question, Chuck. Former Vice President Pence, just as it's former President Trump, I might add, said this week that former President Trump was just wrong in his assertion that then Vice President Pence could have overturned the election results. Was Pence right? Yes or no?
I've not been following that line of discourse. I would just say this. I believe that President Trump's actions were proper. I would have liked to have seen a little bit more activity to address the frailties in the election that I think persisted then and still persist now. So without actually having seen what the former vice president said, to be fair to both, I will just say that we have got to get the election situation in this country fixed. One legal person, one legal vote, and never, never, never H.R. 1.
Congressman Chuck Fleischmann, as always, we appreciate you appearing on Inside Tennessee, and we know we'll see you again in the future. It's time for us to take a break. We'll come back, do a little political jib-jab. Who knows what Don and Susan will come up with. You're watching Inside Tennessee.